start, going to open up Lightroom, which I've already imported the photo to. Just a wonderful selfie there. Looks terrible. Anyway, I'm going to crop it down to something that looks a little bit more in your face-ish, a little more dramatic. And that'll do it. It's going to lower the exposure, a little bit more moody looking. Alright, 0.95 is what that looks like. Leaving the shadows alone. Gonna raise the clarity because that's what gives it its grit. Makes it look all fancy. Alright, gonna send this to Photoshop for the madness. Alright, first things first, doing a little, we call that spot healing brush, which I obviously have sped up to a ridiculous rate, so I don't have to bore you with shaving myself here and removing unwanted hairs. Next up, I'm going to do a frequency separation, not to the extreme levels of where they make people look like they're porcelain, but just smooth out some of those winter skin tones there. Yeah. I don't know. If you don't know how to do a frequency separation, just look at what Flairn does. That's where I've learned mine from. This guy's pretty awesome. So now that that's done, I'll just circle a few areas here and just smooth them out a bit. It's all minor. Just I don't. Sorry for my dogs barking in the background. Like Flairn would take this up to like 26 and smooth them out to that level. I only do a few. Just real, like you wouldn't notice it probably not on a YouTube screen, but on my iMac it's a little bit more noticeable. And using a keyboard shortcut, I think it's a Command F just to repeat the Gaussian Blur thing. So that's why I'm not clicking on it every time. I'm just gonna flatten all this nonsense out. I don't. A lot of people keep all their layers all the time. I end up smashing a lot of them. Now we're gonna do what I like. My favorite thing of all this is dodging and burning. It's what I do. It's what 90% of my editing is just dodging and burning. I guess everyone has their style, but that's mine. You can see up there on the right, the layer. I already changed the opacity down to 68 to 70%, somewhere in there. And set it as an overlay. And I always brighten up the eyes. Some people say eyes are, you shouldn't whiten the eyes that much because it makes them look surreal, but it's kind of what I do because it's good times. So on that layer, yeah. Now I'm going to add some color to the eyes because, they're like a greeny blue, but they need to look crazy. Alright, start with the light blue and shrink the brush a bit, but it's going to look wrong fucking color. Jesus. Alright, let me switch that. Anywho, just adding, I speed this up obviously. This is sped up, so it doesn't look like and yeah, it looks like I'm just drawing all over it, because it's not set as an overlay layer yet, but you will see that in a moment. And I'm doing this on the wrong layer, I just noticed, but whatever. It's alright. All right, and then you get your two bright, vibrant colors in there, look all crazy. Then I'm gonna pick a darker color, which once again I forgot to switch the colors. Anyway, put a darker color on the border. It gives a little bit more depth to it, you know. Makes it look a little bit more round. So that looks absolutely insane. So switch these to overlays, and they'll start to drop the opacity on these down to, on like the dark layer, I dropped it down to about 20% or so, 22, so that, or whatever the hell it says. As far as the colors, well, as soon as the video catches up to my audio, here, hold on. There we go. So now another thing that a lot of like Flaren would do here is he would use a Gaussian blur on this layer too to make it look even smoother, but well, whatever. Not that serious. So you drop the opacity, it's still a little bright. Alright, I'm going to merge all these layers because we have too much nonsense going on here. Where's that? Strangely, I don't know, I probably just clicked the button wrong. It turned the opacity back up to 100, which I'll change in a sec. I screw up a lot, but that's alright, I guess. What I'm doing here is I go in on one of the layers and I take the sharpening tool and just go over the eyelashes, make them look a little bit more bold, just a little more jumpy. And I'm sped this up, obviously, or I have severe shakes. There it is, finally, adjusting the opacity back down to something that doesn't look like my eyes are radioactive. Alright, back to it. Back to sharpening. Just when I had to compress all the layers, it got weird. I don't know what the hell. I clicked something wrong, whatever. Let's go back over the eyes. It's minor. You notice it on the big screen. You don't really see it in the compressed YouTube versions, but alright, we're getting there, slowly. Alright, now since I've been way off on my narration here, now I'm going to finally do the dodging and burning part, which is what I like so much. Alright, and get my colors back to just standard black and white here. When burning, I always turn the opacity way down because it's such a can be so easily overdone with. Just around the eyes, gives a little bit more of a, I don't know, gives me that like rough look, I guess, that angry look. Make my little forehead wrinkles more prominent. I need to hire a model, so I should quit doing so many selfies. I don't think that many people are up for like, hey, I'll take your photo and make you ugly. What do you think? Yay. Alright, I'm just gonna burn the sides and just darken the sides so it gives it more roundness to it. Alright, coming along, coming along. Alright, gonna go in here and just brighten up a couple highlights. Not really needed, and a little overdone there on the cheek. Like looks like it's glowing all by itself. Not be, but drop it down a bit here in a minute. Get a little bit more edge to my wrinkles. I'm doing that every single self-portrait, so I always have one eyebrow raised. Alright, here's when I try to drop the darks a little bit on that cheek, just to, because damn. There we go, looking a little, drop the nose a bit, just to get a little bright. Because this photo is truly about the eyes. Alright, they're looking absolutely lovely. It's just a little bit of burning along just the edges. Nothing serious, just lightly. All right. Darken up the background just a little bit more. Let's make that head look like it's jumping out of nothingness. And there it is.